ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्।
This is how I start every day. It's great for mineralization, detoxification. It's all about this lemon, which
वेदो नित्यमधीयतां तदुदितं कर्म स्वनुष्ठीयताम् तेनेशस्य विधीयतामपचितिः काम्ये मतिस्त्यज्यताम् पापौघः परिधूयतां भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयतां निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम् सङ्गस्सत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयताम् शान्त्यादिः परिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्त्यज्यताम् सद्विद्वान्नुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुकासेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम् वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यतामहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम् क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यताम् स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविषह्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपानैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् एकान्ते सुखमास्यतां परतरे चेतः समाधीयताम् पूर्णात्मा सुसमीक्ष्यतां जगदिदं तद्बाधितं दृश्यताम् कर्म प्रविलाप्यतां चितिबलान्नाप्युत्तरैश्लिष्यताम् प्रारब्धं त्विह भुज्यतामथ परब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम्.
Just give me a second. I'm shifting onto my computer. Just taking a little while. Jai Gurudev. So we stopped at 36th point, I think. Oh, I opened it on Google, this one, and it's completely different. Let me just stop this share and get it on the regular document. 1 second. Okay. Jai Gurudev. Sorry about the hitch over there. So we were on the 5th shloka, which says, Ekante sukhamasyatam paratare chetas samadhiyatam purnatma susamikshyatam jagadidam tadbadhitam drisyatam prakarma pravilapyatam chitibalan napyuttaraishlishyataam prarabdham tviha bhujyatam atha parabrahmatmana sthiyataam. So, step 33 was, may you sit in a comfortable posture, quietly in solitude. May you sit in a comfortable posture quietly in solitude and meditate on Parabrahman. The solitude mentioned here is not a state of physical loneliness. To be in a place where nobody else is able to disturb you is not a solitary place. Because even in such a lonely place, you can be jostled by a crowd of thoughts and stormy emotions, whipped up by your own memories. To be in solitude means to be centered in alone, divine, with one point attention, the end goal. Sit in solitude also means to be free from possessions, aparigraha, and free from desires. Only agenda for the sadhaka is to gain Brahman. So this step is to have an environment that is conducive, that is solitude, clean, pure, and sacred. Being in solitude, establish the mind in contemplation on Parabrahman. Step 34 is may the mind abide in Brahman. Mind driven by our passions and desires runs into the world of sense objects, emotions and thoughts, and consequently mind dissipates its entire vitality. Gather the wandering mind and steadily rest the mind in contemplation upon the splendorous nature of the self. A quiet, alert, vigilant mind automatically enters into meditation. Through meditation, mind gets more and more quietened in the Supreme Lord. Step 35. May you see the self I, the fullness, clearly. Self is Purnatma, whole and complete. Having the mind steady in meditation, contemplate on the nature of the self. My nature is Satchit Ananda, Purnoham, whole and complete, Shantoham, peaceful, Shivoham, auspicious, Asangoham, free, etc. After going through the stages of Shravanam and Mananam, this is the stage of Nididhyasanam, abiding the mind in Brahman. Contemplate on what is I. What is changeless? Changeless is only called self. Changeless is the higher. Few ways to contemplate. Use the examples from the scriptures, that is, gold and ornaments. Ornaments are names and forms having their being gold. Here, gold is real and ornaments are, here it's mentioned real, probably that's unreal. In the same way, the self is the real. Another example, what is common entity in waking, dream sleep, and deep sleep? Self or awareness is the only entity that is common to all these three states. After gaining knowledge of timeless self, see this ever present, immutable self everywhere. Man of self knowledge recognizes the self expressing in every form, everywhere, when his eyes are open. The world is holy to the truly holy man. And step 36 is see the world as unreal, devoid of reality, in absence of the fullness that you are. The finite world of body, mind, and intellect, and the ever changing worlds of experiences are all projections, mere superimpositions upon the self, just as snake is superimposed on the rope in darkness. The world is a superimposition on Brahman. The world of matter does not have independent existence. World has its existence with Supreme Self as its being. Just as the ocean, Waves, bubbles, froth, foam are all nothing but water. World Jagat is not anything separate from the Supreme Reality. World of things and beings are a false vision of the Supreme Self when looked at through a disturbed mind. Supreme Self is changeless, self-evident, self-effulgent. Recognize that the Self transcends the world. Self is both transcendent and immanent. So we did until here last time, yesterday. Anyone wants to share anything before we move on to step 37? So we'll move on to step 37. Resolve the Sanchita Karma in knowledge. Refer to Appendix A for different types of karma. We learned, right? What are the different types of karma? Prarabdha, Agami, Prarabdha, and Sanchita. Human beings perform karma. Animals have no sense of doership and no free will, and therefore no karma. Animals just exhaust papa karma. Moksha is possible only in the human body. Jivatma's journey is fixed until it assumes a human body. Once Jiva takes the human body, the Jiva can take higher form of life or lower forms based on the karmas they do. Law of karma or law of cause and effect produces our present life situations. As long as the notion of doership, that is ego or ahankara, is there, the cycle of samsara continues. In order to break the cycle of samsara, the wise man performs noble actions, upasanas, prayers, worship, and study of scriptures, tapas, and meditation. Once the doership is resolved, all the sanchita karma of the jiva gets resolved. It is like when the person dies, the account of the person in the bank is closed. So, when compared to animals, between animals and humans, it is only humans have doership. Animals do not have doership. They only exhaust the karma that they're born with, the prarabdha karma. Here it's mentioned papa karma. But in order to gain a human body, it requires some punya. And moksha is possible only in the human body.
Gurudev has said, no, that the natural evolution is from animal forms to human forms. So that there is a natural progression in nature. So when here they say that animals exhaust their papa karma, I don't know, I'm just guessing that uh, maybe I don't know how to say it, but anyway, the papa karma of the animal is exhausted through that cycle, and probably in their last phase, that is how these animals come to people who are uh, doing practices. They come to their homes or they come to ashrams and all that. And probably that is how the transition happens. This is all my guess. I'm just saying this because my sister was in Kaladi Ashram last week, and the animals there, they just come and sit on people's lap. All the cats and dogs and cows, everything, they come and they just sit with these people. So I was just thinking when I heard this, probably these animals have come to the end of their that prarabdha or prapa karma, that they are also listening to all the meditation and then chanting and pujas and all that. So is that how they get the punya karma, I guess, to uh, move over from the animal world to the human world? Just a sidetrack, sorry.
I don't think they have a karma choice.
For the animals to exhaust the papa karma, being in that animal yoni itself, it is the exhaustion of their karma, being in that form. So, as Sallaji said, it's rightly that they have no choices of karma. It is that for that period of time, maybe 10 years, 14 years, whatever their life is, and like I am talking about the dog, so it is being in that body, that the set of karmas, they are exhausted, the papa karma. And once that body is like it is dropped, then that finishes. And as you are talking about some, like I've also seen some videos are there, like some dogs, they come to the temple, they sit in prayerful, they are like their hind legs they lift and they are sitting in that state as if they are praying. So it is maybe it is
Past life impressions.
yeah, maybe it is some
I
effect
think so.
of, yeah,
Guru Grace, maybe Guru Grace.
Guru Grace.
yeah, it is like so how some people have variations, so similarly I think these animals, dogs especially, they have their intellect is good, so maybe that influence is there because they are living in that area for many years, so maybe that have some influence on their mind. I like it. This is how I was interpreting. Okay, I've
It
also
might be,
seen.
yeah. It might be Guru Grace for culminating their karmas faster.
The Gurudev in Ramana Ashram, they used to say that the Ramana Maharishi had a cow, it's Lakshmi, and when it was dying, he gave her the liberation.
Wow.
Gahana karmano gati.
So the human being is the one only capable of acquiring karma. Animals do not acquire karma because karma is linked with doership. So in the human body, why is the human body so precious? Is because it is only in this body that we can achieve or realize ourselves and get liberated. So moksha is possible only in the human body, not in any other form. Maturity of the mind and knowledge can happen only in a human form. That is why it is said, and Gurudev has mentioned it so many times, after several lakhs of births, you ultimately get into a human yoni.
Yeah, 84 lakhs.
84 lakhs, right? So,
Yeah.
and it is up to us again, because we have we're given the intellect. Now, animals, they only react, they only are at the spinal level. They're very reflexive in their actions. They will just do according to their nature, that's it. Whereas we are given a higher thinking faculty, the intellect. That viveka is there only with a human being. And how we utilize the time we have on this earth, the short time that we have on this earth, will determine the blueprint of the coming births, whether we have a birth or not, or the coming births. So I think the balance of papa punya karmas that we do in this life will determine what our prarabdha is. And we've understood, right? Sanchita is the whole bank balance of the karma. And each time we take birth, we take one, maybe a fistful or handful of that as prarabdha. And that prarabdha, what is how that prarabdha is a mixture of papa punya karmas. If I suppose there is more papa, then you would actually start devolving instead of evolving. But if you have more punya karma, that is all the adrishta phala of the punya karma that you have done in this current lifetime. If that is predominant in that prarabdha, that for the next life, then you will be born in a house that is conducive for your evolution. That is what Krishna mentions in the 6th chapter when Arjuna asks, what if a person dies, leaves the human body without attaining salvation, without attaining moksha? What will happen to him? Yoga brashto bija. He says, will he, like a cloud, little cloud, get dispersed? What happens to him? Then Krishna tells him, right? He says, whatever punya he has done will not go waste. To whatever extent he has evolved in this life, he will pick up the threads and continue his forward journey. But that again will depend upon the balance of papa punya karmas.
Brahmaraji, I have a question. In the satsang, Gurudev said, plan for 1,000 years ahead. What kind of lifetime you want next time, and start working on it. So now, after discussion, we are whatever we are discussing. This question now pop up in my mind. Otherwise, it just went, means वो सर पे से चला गया था कि 1,000 year के बाद कैसे जीवन चाहिए, वो उसके बारे में सोचो या करो. So now let us
See,
see
that
what
is why,
happens.
no, in order to
Mm.
break the cycle of samsara,
Mm.
the wise man performs noble actions. See, all those up until now, the Sadhana Panchakam itself is like a roadmap given. Read the Vedas daily,
Mm.
do duties that are prescribed by the Vedas diligently, offer everything as a worship. What is all of that? All of that is directing our mind and actions into nobler actions,
Okay.
so that we
Good.
don't get involved in
Jagat. Mm.
wasteful actions, in desire prompted actions, selfish,
Desire.
egocentric actions, right?
Correct.
So when your life is full of this, then there is only evolution. So the wise man performs noble actions, upasanas, prayers, worship, and study of the scriptures, tapas, and meditation. Once the doership is resolved, all the sanchita karma of the jiva gets resolved. It's like a burnt seed. It doesn't sprout anymore. It is like when the person dies, the account of the person in the bank is closed. We learnt in Tattva Bodh, right? When there may be a person who's done a lot of crimes, but all his cases in the court will be closed once he leaves the body, once he dies. Similarly, no matter how is my it says the internet is a little unstable. Just let me know if it is getting disturbed, interrupted. So that is what, again, in Bhagavad Gita it is said, no matter how many crimes or how much of bad deeds you've done, once the person comes to this knowledge and once he realizes himself through that knowledge, he is liberated. So all it requires is just that spark of realization. And that takes us to step 38, which is, with a proper attitude, remain unattached to new karma. Our sanchita karma, accumulated karma from previous births, determines our present prarabdha karma. Our present actions determines the future, agami karma. The wise man realizes the impermanent nature of life and the suffering caused by ignorance of oneself. The wise man has this burning desire to attain moksha, freedom from the notion that I am a jiva. The wise man does not create new karma. The wise man, through the wisdom gained by the study of the scriptures, through upasana and meditation, pursues self-knowledge or moksha. Through the wisdom that I am not the doer, karta, nor the experiencer, bhokta, the wise man detaches himself from the future karmas. So this is the nishkama.
Screen gone.
Yeah, I think it got disconnected, my internet. Were you all able to hear what I said last, what I read last?
No, last.
We didn't hear it, Pastor Ramana. We just joined anyway.
Okay, so
Shall I?
let me just
Shall
read
I
this one
share
more
the?
time.
Shall
So
I?
Yes,
step
please.
38. It's okay, I was able to share. In case it keeps
Okay.
happening, then yes, I will require
Okay.
one of you to do it.
Okay.
With a proper attitude, remain unattached to new karma. Our sanchita karma, accumulated karma from previous births, determines our present prarabdha karma. Our present actions determines the future, that is agami karma. The wise man realizes the impermanent nature of life and the suffering caused by ignorance of oneself. The wise man has this burning desire to attain moksha, freedom from the notion that I am a jiva. The wise man relinquishes the sense of doership, ego, and does not create new karma. The wise man, through the wisdom gained by
No audio again.
through the wisdom that I am not the doer karta nor the experiencer bhokta, the wise man detaches himself from the future karmas. So basically doing nishkama karma. So it's step
But
39.
what about karmas that you do, which will benefit everybody, but you have a desire to do that, so you're doing it. So, and it will benefit whoever joins you. So, is that also nishkarma karma, or that is kamya karma?
Kamya karma is all self-centered activity. You want something, you want to achieve something for yourself, for your own. That becomes kamya karma.
Yes,
What is the
but
nishkam?
in the process, you also include people, knowing it will benefit them also. So it is not just for yourself, but it is for the benefit of
Like, give an
all those.
example of what you're saying. What
Say
is
for
the
example,
example? Yeah.
say for example, teaching yoga. You know it benefits your body, mind, and all that. So you want to do. So you're doing it. Then you say, okay, let me call 5-10 people, and we do it together. So it benefits them also. So what is this karma now? Is this kamya karma or nishkama karma? Kamya karma.
I think attitude will also matter there. If you are in a doership, then
I think Sumaji was off and she's. We can't hear you, Sumaji. I couldn't hear your question completely.
Okay, now what I said is, if I am teaching yoga, knowing it benefits everybody who practices it, but to my own motivation, I say, okay, if I want to do yoga, I will call 5 people and we do it together. So then not only am I benefited, but these 5 people are also benefited, depending on how much involvement each one of us have. So though I initiate it out of my selfish reason for my physical mental well-being, but if I'm including 5-10 people so that they also get benefited, so is this kamya karma or nishkamya karma,
Is it only
or
for
a
me
mixture
that
of
her
both?
voice is breaking, or is it the same for everyone?
it's very clear. Audio is clear for us.
Yeah, it's clear.
Your answer is in your question, Sumaji. If I start the whatever project you have taken, thinking it is benefiting you and it will benefit others. So there is desire, but attitude also
Mm.
matters.
Mm. So it is
The
kamya karma
Brahmraji
then.
answer. No, no, wait. Brahmraji answer. What I feel, I told.
Every karma will
But
have
I'm.
some desire, no? If it is a positive
Hmm.
desire, of course it is a kame karma, but also there will be benefits of nishkam karma.
So
No,
it's a
it is
Krishna.
mixture
all
of
about
two.
the attitude in your mind, how you're doing
Yeah.
it. No, because
Hmm.
if you're doing it to gain
Samarpan
some
bhavana.
fame, name, then gone is your seva. If you're doing it only as a seva bhav, or loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, if that is your attitude, then it does not, and you're not, see, if you're doing it with an attitude of karma yoga, it will not affect you. You're not accruing any more karma. So, what is karma? It's just the impression of an action. You've done an action, the result of the action, whether it's conducive, non conducive, if you are suffering, you're enjoying the results of action, then you're accruing karma. But here you're doing it with a sense of non doership. So it does not attach to you. That is what is mentioned here, no? So continue to do. Because you're in this human form, you can't stop doing. Even Krishna, though he is enlightened and he is divine himself, did not stop doing actions.
Even Gurudev.
Every action,
Paramartham.
yeah,
Yeah,
Gurudev,
Paramartham idam shariram.
every action will have its results. But whether or not you accrue karma will depend upon how you take the results of your action. If you're taking it as prasada buddhi and you're not disturbed by whatever the action, whether it's positive, negative. Sometimes you announce a course and no one turns up. How will you take that? Will you take that and start feeling bad, very sad? Or you continue to go forward with enthusiasm? And sometimes you announce a course and you get a very good response. Are you going to be super elated? So that means what? You're still being the enjoyer of the results of your action, either enjoying or suffering. So as long as that is happening, you're accruing karma. But the moment you drop that, then you are freeing yourself from that future agami karma. So that is why the wise man relinquishes the sense of doership and does not create new karma. The wise man, through the study gained by the study of scriptures, upasana, meditation, pursues self-knowledge or moksha. Through the wisdom that I am not the doer nor the experiencer, the wise man detaches himself from the future karmas. Step 39. Happily, should we go
Please
forward?
read again. No, please read once more.
Happily go through the experiences of prarabdha karma. Whatever life situations we are facing in the present is the result of our karmas. There are pleasant situations and unpleasant situations. If we get of doership, then we will be creating future karmas, that is agami karma. Ignorant takes the painful situations as punishment and pleasant situations as reward. The wise man remains unattached to the pleasant and unpleasant and lives a life of graceful acceptance. For the wise man, pleasant situations are pleasant and unpleasant situations are unpleasant.
We are not able to hear. At least I can't hear.
No audio, no audio.
Is my computer on? Second. Okay, just tell me if the audio is okay.
We couldn't hear you when you were reading 39.
39
Just now,
from the
whatever you
beginning.
said, we heard.
Okay.
And I
So,
think they wanted a repeat of 38 also.
38 also, is it? Okay. 38 is with the proper attitude, remain unattached to new karma. Our sanchita karma, accumulated karma from previous births, determines our present prarabdha karma. Our present actions determines the future agami karma. The wise man realizes the impermanent nature of life and the suffering caused by ignorance of oneself. The wise man has this burning desire to attain moksha, freedom from the notion that I am a jiva. The wise man relinquishes the sense of doership, ego, and does not create new karma. The wise man, through the wisdom gained by the study of the scriptures, through upasana and meditation, pursues self-knowledge or moksha. Through the wisdom that I am not the doer, karta, nor the experiencer, bhokta, the wise man detaches himself from the future karmas. Step 39 is happily go through the experiences of prarabdha karma. Whatever life situations we are facing in the present is the result of our karmas. There are pleasant situations and unpleasant situations. If we get attached to the pleasant and unpleasant situations and act with our notion of doership, then we will be creating future karmas, that is agami karma. Ignorant takes the painful situations as punishment and pleasant situations as reward. Whereas the wise man remains unattached to the pleasant and unpleasant and lives a life of graceful acceptance. For the wise man, every situation is an opportunity to learn. The wise man faces every situation with equanimity and uses the life situations as a means to purify the mind or let go of raga dveshas, likes and dislikes. The wise man knows that the prarabdha karma has to be exhausted and lives a life of surrender. So that is why pairs of opposites, you move through them with equanimity. Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayav. In the second chapter Bhagavad Gita, right? So moving through the pairs of opposites with that equanimity and not being elated nor too depressed, nor depressed when something you want does not happen. So neither looking at unconducive situations as punishment or conducive situations as rewards. Normally our human mind attaches all this, right? It says, oh, this is, we label it. But all that is nothing but our prarabdha karma. So that is why happily go through the experiences of prarabdha karma. Take everything with a smile.
Somewhere I heard Gurudev said, Purushartha is also required. You have to go through Prarabdha Karma, but don't forget the Purushartha.
What is the Purushartha there? The Purushartha is to stay centered.
Yeah.
Despite the travails of your prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma can give you positive as well as negative experiences. Your Purushartha is to stay that
Come.
attitude of karma yoga.
Hmm.
Isn't it?
Hmm.
And step 40 is after the fall of the body, abide in Brahman, the limitless. A seeker who has realized that the self within himself is the self expressing in all forms is Jivan Mukta, who has attained moksha. Previously, as a jiva, one was identified with the body, mind, and intellect and lived the sorrowful life of ego, that is, perceiver, feeler, and thinker. Having reached the state of awakening that my true nature is changeless, infinite, timeless, and immortal, the seeker gets established permanently in the state of transcendental awareness. Jivan Mukta lives his life from the level of supreme consciousness. Just as a river merges with the ocean, the delusory I ends, and Brahman alone is for the Jivan Mukta. I am Brahman is the one bhava that comes to govern thereafter in all his actions, feelings, and thoughts. Thus concludes the 40 steps of instructions for a Vedantic student. I will repeat 40 one more time. So, after the fall of the body, abide in Brahman, the limitless. A seeker who has realized that the self within himself is the self expressing in all forms is Jivan Mukta, who has attained moksha. Previously, as a jiva, one was identified with the body, mind, and intellect, and lived the sorrowful life of ego, that is, perceiver, feeler, and thinker. Having reached the state of awakening, that my true nature is changeless, infinite, timeless, and immortal, the seeker gets established permanently in the state of transcendental awareness. Jivan Mukta lives his life from the level of supreme consciousness. Just as a river merges with the ocean, the delusory I ends, and Brahman alone is for the Jivan Mukta. I am Brahman is the one bhava that comes to govern thereafter in all his actions, feelings, and thoughts. That is Sarvam Brahmamayam. That is what he that is his outlook. As long as he's in this physical body. So that's why he's called a Jivan Mukta. While living in this body, he attains liberation.
So the triangle again, the Jiva, the world, and the Brahman. So the projection from Brahman is this the Jiva. That's where this BMI and EFT or whatever.
Jiva is nothing but Brahman. The projection is the world, is the Jagat.
Right.
And that is from Maya, because of Maya, because of delusion.
But here the Jiva is said to be like identifying with the body, mind, intellect, right? And then dwelling on this worldly stuff because of that ignorance.
Because of Maya again.
Maya. Because of the Maya.
Because of Maya. See, so that is what Shankaracharya said. The whole gist of Vedanta and just a beautiful verse. It's a two-liner, I think, or one sentence it is. What is that? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Ivo Brahmaiva na paraha. The whole gist of Vedanta is there in that one sentence. Brahma
so
Satyam.
Brahma Satyam, right?
Brahma is the only truth.
Truth.
Yeah, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya.
Jagat Mithyam.
Jagat Mithya is, the Jagat is Mithya, is an illusion.
Illusion, yeah.
And Jivo Brahmaiva na parah. Jiva is nothing but Brahma. Na parah. He is not none other than Brahman.
Jiva
so
na.
Jivo Brahmaiva. Brahma eva.
Eva.
It's
Okay.
a
Jiva is a Brahma alone. Okay. Jiva Brahma eva.
Na paraha. He is none other than Brahman. So what is coming in between Jiva and Brahma is this Maya.
The Maya.
Madam Maya comes in and creates all this confusion, illusion, and the world of samsara. So it's basically the whole Sadhana Panchakam is how we can retrace our path and go back to our source. The source that we are, that we have come from Brahman. And we are none other than that.
Right. Everything, goes back to Brahman, right? So how you get there is the challenge.
So the last verse is all about how to live in solitude. Solitude is not just physical solitude, but mentally being centered.
Right. That's what I was looking for, that word. When you said about being centered in the work, Karma Yoga, we did it yesterday. What that word was, okay, solitude. Right.
And how will we remember this, all this? It will not just come, it will not be like a, a one day transformation. You have to be regular. That is why study of the scriptures is important. So you study the scriptures regularly. So basically, we are making those neural connections inside. Rather than thinking the world is real, you're making those connections. The world is unreal. What is real is Brahman. So then this constant manana, constant um, understanding that comes in, along with the practices that we do, upasana, prayer, meditation, to purify the mind of its likes and dislikes. These are what are binding us. Bondage is nothing but getting bound by our likes and dislikes. So once that hold of raga dveshas releases, the mind is purified, and you're doing the shravana, manana, and nididhyasana. Contemplation on what? On the I.
Nididhyasana on the eye.
Yeah. Then how beautifully it's mentioned here. Just like the river merges with the ocean and loses its identity. No longer does it say, oh, I'm a river. I am this, I am that. So your identity with your body, mind, intellect dissolves.
Brahmaraji, that contemplation on I, that paragraph, can you read again? How to do that again? Contemplation. 39 or 38, something like that.
Yeah, that's so 35 looks like.
Self is Purnatma. May you see the self I, the fullness clearly. So having the mind steady in meditation, contemplate on the nature of the self. My nature is Sat Chit Ananda. Purnoham, whole and complete. Shantoham, peaceful. Shivoham, auspicious. Asangoham, free. After going through the stages of Shravanam, Manana, and Manana, this is the stage of Nididhyasana, abiding the mind in Brahman. Contemplate on what is I, what is changeless. Changeless is only called self. Changeless is the higher. The few ways to contemplate are, use the examples from the scriptures, the gold and ornaments. Ornaments are names and forms having their being in gold. Gold is real, and ornaments are, here again, it might be a typo, it might
That
be,
is form. That is
yeah,
form again.
form. In the same way, the self is the real. That asti bhati priti, that is the Satchid Anand. There are 5 aspects to the Jagat, right? What are they? Asti bhati priti nama rupa. So asti bhati priti are it's the nature of the self. Whereas nama rupa is changing constantly.
And that they that other nature, no? Vardate and all that, that happens to the changing one world.
Stula, Sukshma, and Karana Shariras. So another example now is, what is the common entity in waking, dream, sleep, and deep sleep? Self or awareness is the only entity that is common to all 3 states. So it's taking us to the Avastatraya, right? And then after gaining knowledge of timeless self, see this ever-present, immutable self everywhere. Actually, this sentence has a policy because it is immediate. I mean, the moment you gain that knowledge, you see everything. You don't need to wait after gaining knowledge. It is like immediate. You see the self everywhere. Man of self-knowledge recognizes the self expressing in every form, everywhere, when his eyes are open. The world is holy to the truly holy man. So these are the examples. Also the example of the snake and the rope. To understand that the world is nothing but an illusion. Right? So we have come to the end. If all of you would want, maybe we can do, just go through the headings or the 40 different steps tomorrow. And then we can do some manana and then close the chapter on Sadhana Panchakam tomorrow. And from Saturday, we can resume Bhagavad Gita, where we left. We took a detour.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you say it again?
No, tomorrow we can run through all the 40 steps. We chant the Sadhana Panchakam shlokas through the 40 steps that are enumerated. Then let's just reflect, do some manana, and then we'll close the chapter on Sadhana Panchakam tomorrow. From Saturday, we can resume Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. I know you were going to think about it. It's not to prolong not getting back to Bhagavad Gita, but it's Premana was saying to see that Mahabharata thing. I don't know whether you think it'd be.
But not during Manana, no, maybe we'll have that on a separate time.
No, not on the Manana time. I mean, how do you...
how do we take it?
He probably can...
I will let him decide because he initiated it.
I know, but he probably bring out the points in terms of... I mean, we can see it. In fact, I tried to watch in Tamil language. It's same thing that B.R. Chopra. It's really... it kind of helps us to understand a little bit better too, so anyway,
it's a good
I
idea.
thought
It's certainly good. It'll complement our learning and
learning. That's
so right now he's traveling. He's coming back tonight. So when he comes, I'll put it open and let him take that forward. We'll see how we can have a different
even once a week. You don't have to do it every day. We still do Bhagavad Gita, and then maybe once a week either people watch on their own and then come with the ideas to discuss.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's not let go of Bhagavad Gita.
No, so too long we don't want to do that.
I know.
Then we'll lose track also.
Right.
Thank you, Dr.
Ramana. Part of the whole thing, but
also I know it's kind of stretch, but the end of the month, that weekend, 27th, 28th, that going to be a little bit hard for me to read because of
no problem. In fact, I was thinking
Navaratri.
Beyond the time. Maybe we'll take a break during Navratri and then come back again so that everyone is there, because most of us will be busy with the pujas and homas and maybe courses. So maybe we'll give a short break at that time, a week, 10 days, and then we can come back, resume again after maybe on Vijay Dashami or the day after that. So
that would be helpful because we do have Kolu and all that. I mean, my daughter does, but still I had to help her out and things. Okay.
No problem.
Good. Thanks.
Jai Gurudev. I want to share something very special for me today.
Yes, please.
This is
your
my
birthday?
24th. Yes, in a way, yes. Or really, yes.
This is in a way, your birthday, not yes.
This is my 24th anniversary of Sudarshan Kriya.
Wow.
September 11th, 2016. So I was totally ignorant of everything that we have discussed today, all about the self and Antarkarana, Shuddhi, all these practices, yoga, everything. I was totally, absolutely new in 2001. And when I look at from where I started and where we have reached today. I'm so grateful to this group and all the scriptures that we have been reading, that this realization, it is all these practices is to lead you to this realization that I am Brahman. So very grateful to all of you. I just wanted to share this. Thank you.
Excellent. Just feel blessed that
Yeah,
we got
nice.
this precious knowledge. No?
Yeah, and I do want to share, like, my grandson turned 1 year old. His name is Ram.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, happy
so I
birthday.
do.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you for all your wishes to him, and because he had gone through a lot this year. Uh, Hopefully, he'll have a better health and get through his life. you know. Thank you,
Wonderful.
guys.
And I see we'll sing for him. We'll just hold on. I know it's little extended today, but there
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems
No,
like
we'll
lots
do.
of
Yeah,
celebrations.
another day is fine.
And
Yeah.
welcome back, Percy ji. After a long gap, we're very nice to have you back. Thank you. Your presence is a blessing.
Thank you.
Your presence itself is a blessing for us. So we'll celebrate and we'll sing Sagar Mein Ek Leher Uthi and also the Sanskrit prayer for birthdays. सागर में एक लहर उठी तेरे नाम की, तुझे मुबारक खुशियां आत्म ज्ञान की, तुझको है अनंत में जाकर मिल जाना, तुझको है अनंत में जाकर मिल जाना, तू है सुंदर फूल इस संसार की, तू है सुंदर फूल इस संसार की, जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रिय सखे, शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं प्रार्थयामहे, भवशतायुषी ईश्वर सदा त्वां च रक्षतु, पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमर्चया जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकं, जन्मदिनमिदम् अयि प्रिय सखे, शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं, सर्वदा मुदं, सर्वदा मुदम्. And this applies to all of us here, all of us. We celebrate.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We awaken to this knowledge, right? And lots of love and blessings to the little one.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Brahmara. Everybody.
To Ram.
Thanks. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
So we'll close here today. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev. I'll play Gurudev's guided meditation.
Let's sit in silence, spine erect, eyes closed, आंखें बंद रखें, रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधा रखें, चेहरे में मुस्कान हो, अपना पूरा शरीर पर ध्यान दें। अरबों खरबों अणु परमाणुओं से बना है हमारा शरीर। Our body is made up of trillions and trillions of cells. And they're all changing all the time. Our body appears to be stagnant, but it is full of changes every minute. Like a river, it's ancient, yet the water is new every minute. Nothing solid in your body, everything is fluid, everything is changing. Honor your own body. Our body is like the wick of a candle, and the mind is like the glow all around it. And your mind has no face, no shape. It's just energy. आपका मन का कोई चेहरा नहीं है, कोई रंग नहीं है। ऐसे ही सबका मन भी ऊर्जा ही है। Discard all the faces and see everyone only as energy. See everyone as just a silhouette with no face and just consciousness, just energy. Let's take a deep breath in with a smile. मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते गहरी सांस लीजिए और मुस्कुराते मुस्कुराते सांस छोड़िए। एक विराट ऊर्जा का एक अंग है आप। You are just a part of an ocean of energy. That's called the Brahman. Let's take a deep breath in और ओमकार का उच्चारण करते हैं। Let the sound of Om reverberate in every cell of your body, in every corner of your mind. Sound Om is purifying and energizing. Let's breathe in again. ओंकार एक एक कण को शुद्ध कर देता है और पवित्र कर देते हैं। फिर एक गहरी सांस लीजिए। ओम शांति शांति शांति। धीरे धीरे शरीर और परिसर के प्रति सजग हो जाए। एक गहरी सांस लीजिए। टेक ए डीप ब्रेथ इन and as you breathe out you may gently open your eyes.
When you drank